I've been doing this for 12 years now, since pretty much 2002. It all happened when I was a power lifter for 7 years. Pretty accomplished at that in the WNPF. I lifted with a team of approximately 15 guys. And the more I did it, actually it was the first time in my life at age 27 that I realized that I may have dropped the ball when I was younger in terms of committing to an understanding of what it takes in athletics, in teamwork, in working together, in finding something within inside yourself that makes you step outside of your comfort zone to make you a better person. Two of them are through the International Sports Sciences Association, which is arguably right there on the same level with the NSCA, which is the top of the line, the head honcho in the industry of exercise science. And through the International Sports Sciences Association, I'm a certified fitness trainer, CFT, which is general fitness, and I'm also a specified youth fitness trainer, which is specifically geared towards the understanding of how to train young people, which is completely different than how you train adults. And I am currently now studying to receive my third certification from them in athletic training. I also have a certification in Bigger, Faster, Stronger, which reaches out to approximately 500,000 college and high school athletes throughout the nation. Dick Shepard is the gentleman who owns that. He's had it since the 1970s. He was the Utah Jazz basketball strength and conditioning coach. And the company does a great job of keeping kids focused by not making working out boring. They do different things and they have different ways of approaching fitness, athletic training, that makes it interesting, that keeps kids on their toes at all times. Basically, between those three certifications with the two International Sports Sciences, the Bigger, Faster, Stronger, and eventually I'm going to also receive my certification in SCA. I think I'm well-rounded, 12 years of experience. Do I maybe want to dabble in adult fitness as time goes on? If people are serious, yes, I do want to. But as of right now, and always, it will always be the main purpose, the main goal, to work with young people, to get young people to understand the importance of hard work, hard effort, determination, motivation, and to reach down deep inside to find something within themselves in terms of reaching goals. How to grow. The only way you grow is to push yourself and put yourself in a situation that you may not want to be in. Right. Less than 1% of all young people that play all the way through their high school level will play professional. Most kids will play sports, whether they are organized or not, for about 14 years. So what do you do if you live to be a healthy 85 years old? What do you do with the other 60 years of your life? And so you have to understand that sports, okay, this type of thing that I'm doing here with athletic training, teaching you how to reach outside of your comfort zone to find reward in hard work, this is something that can carry over from athletics into life. Situations and everyday things that we do in life that can put us up against the odds and push us through, perseverance. And I think that kids can learn a lot about themselves and who they are when they reach outside of their comfort zone and go after something that they didn't think that they can get. Every time, everybody has a certain point in their life when they think about something that they can't reach. When they sit there and say, that's something that I can't get. I want to teach them how to not walk away from something if they want it bad enough to go get it. Here's the interesting thing about the Mahoning Valley. We lean towards football. As a community, that's what we do. That's what this whole community is about. It's about football. And there's nothing that's going to ever change that. I don't care for that. Huge football fan. But I don't care for that mentality. There are several other sports in this area. There are a lot of other sports in this area, whether it's lacrosse, soccer, tennis, golf, volleyball, girls basketball, boys basketball, softball, baseball, and the list goes on, wrestling. And I may have touched on all of them. At TKS, we have every type of athlete you can think of. I have several wrestlers, I have tennis players, I have a tap dancer, a young man who tap dances at a national level. Now, if you don't think that that takes athleticism, that's where you're mistaken. So football is a big deal. It is a big deal and it's a big part of my training. But when it comes down to it, I train athletes from every sport, both genders, throughout this entire Tri-County area. In terms of baseball, I use what we call a slide board. And the slide board is outstanding, and if you want to get even more specific in terms of what position, shortstops and second basemen and their ability to cover that gap in between the hole, okay? You need to be fast in terms of lateral speed. The slide board is outstanding, okay, because it actually strengthens certain muscle groups that actually teach the body how to explode in terms of moving laterally, back and forth, left to right, which is essential in development of those two positions. When it comes to football, one of the biggest things that I use is the power pull. I don't believe anybody else in this area has the power pull. It is technology. It takes the sled, it takes running with the tire and the chains, it takes running with parachutes, and it rolls it into something just a little more advanced. It's a roller, it's on wheels with a braking system. Power pull is the most advanced, the most efficient way of teaching an individual's body how to recruit those types of muscle fibers, those motor units into the muscles you need in order to explode out of the gate. You can do the same thing with baseball players, the same thing with basketball players in terms of their vertical jump. There's specific things I do with a dot drill mat. It's 5 dots, and I have the individual on their hands and on their feet, and basically doing different things that they would have to do on their hands and feet in a wrestling match in terms of quickness, in terms of explosiveness, hip strength, and so on and so forth. There's a million different exercises for a million different sports, and many of those exercises can be used by all athletes. I think the one thing that kids have to remember is wasting time. Wasting time doing nothing. Wasting time sitting on the couch playing video games all day long. When you want to just sit there and be comfortable in your own self, in your own skin, and not chase something that maybe you thought at one point would be something you'd love to do because you're afraid to fail, you basically are committing spiritual suicide. You are not reaching outside of that comfort zone. You are not giving yourself that opportunity to grow. There are 86,400 seconds in one day. And how you use that is completely up to you. You've got 86,400 seconds to make it happen in that day. And in that day is all we care about, because nobody cares about what you did last week. The biggest thing I try to tell my kids, it's not about where you've been, it's about where you're going. There's nothing wrong about remembering where you've been, but always, always remember, it's about where you're going. And use that 86,400 seconds wisely. Go out and get what's yours, plain and simple.